Good morning, guys. Had your breakfast? No. Why? What time they'll provide breakfast in PG? 8:30. 8:30. 8 o'clock. You came at 8:10, no? Okay. Fine. Where are your friends? They're sleeping still. You guys directly came from the bed or what? You splashed water and came. Okay. Took bath. Very good. Fine. So, anyways, last class. So yesterday I think we have just started with maps concept. So we have solved one particular question. So there are a couple of more questions that is pending in maps. So we'll solve that and we'll end up the class. Okay. So let us start with the next question. So this is my next question. So given an array of n integers, write a program to print the number of pairs present in an array. So what does it mean, sir? Assume this is an array element that is provided. Okay. Now tell me 7, is it having a pair? Is it having a pair? Yes. So 7 is having one pair. This is considered as one pair. Along with this 1, is it having any pair? Yes. So 1 is having one pair over here. So ultimately totally how many pairs we have found out so far? 2 pairs. So again, so 7 and 7, this is one more pair. But sir, there is one more 1 here. But this one does not have one more pair. Is this much clear? So ultimately 3. So for this 3 there is a pair over here. So totally how many pairs we have found out? 1, 2, 3, 4. So ultimately the output for this particular thing should be 4. So let me actually get the output. So the output is actually 4. Is this much clear? Yes, you understood what the question is? Write the code. Done? How many of you got the logic for this? One. Okay. Fine. Close your books. Did you go and practice yesterday? You practiced or not? No. Why you didn't practice? It was late. You only told me you would sleep at 12 o'clock. Fine. Anyways, so before actually getting into the solution, first observe. So it is asking us to find out what are the pairs or how many pairs can be formed over here. Okay. Now in order to achieve that particular thing, don't you think each and every number, how many times it has occurred is what we need to calculate? Yes. So tell me, is there any better efficient approach than using maps to calculate all the occurrence? Is there any other approach that we can think of? No. So what I'll do, I'll just actually start with this particular array. Now in this we need to actually count as well as how many numbers, how many times it has occurred. So tell me, which map should I go and create? Which map? In the question, did I ask you to preserve the insertion order? Did I ask you to actually have it in a sorting order? No. If they are not specified anything, so is it required to make use of any specific map? No. Whichever you want, you can use. Is this much clear? So for an assumption, let me actually go and create one hash map over here. So I'll be storing the values in the sense all the array elements. Along with this, so when it comes to this particular section, I'll be storing their occurrence. Is this much clear? So we need to travel this particular array. So I have I variable. So first I'll pick ith variable element, check, is it there, not there. So I will directly insert it inside my map. So since it is occurring for the very first time, how many times the occurrence should be? 1. So I'll give the occurrence value as 1. After this, I'll increment the value of 5. Now again check whether my map, does it contains 1? No. If it is not present, I will directly insert it inside my map, and since it is occurring for the first time, I will give the occurrence value as 1. Is this much clear? So after this, I will increment the value of 5. Now every time when you are actually inserting inside a map, you are checking one condition. What was the condition? You are checking whether map, does it contains array element. So how will you check this particular condition? By using a method. Which method? Contains key. So the same thing is what I'll do. So I'll go and write map.contains key a or of I, because I need to check 7, is it present inside my map. Is this much clear? Now since this is a condition, I will enclose this with one if statement. Is this much clear? Now if this condition is true, so we know what to do. But in this case, is the condition true or is it false? False. If it is false, should I do an operation in the if part or should I get else part? I should get else part. Now in that case, since 7 is occurring for the very first time, so if condition is false, so where I will go and get one else part. Now in the else part, what should I write? I should take this 7, insert it inside my map. Since it is occurring for the first time, I should give the occurrence value as 1. So I'll take that 7, I will insert it inside my map. Now in order to insert an element inside a map, which method are we using? Put method. So ultimately 7 along with it, so I should give the occurrence. Occurrence value is what? 1. So I will just give it as 1. Now how will you do this particular thing using syntax? Simple. I just need to say it as insert this particular array element and occurrence value is 1. How will you say? I'll say map.put a or of I, comma 1. Is this much clear for everyone? So after this, I'll increment the value of 5. Now again check, does my map contains 7? Yes. If condition is true. Now if the condition is true, tell me, should I actually directly place 7 or should I get the value of or the occurrence value of 7 and increment and then insert? Increment. So ultimately, how will you get, if key is present, how will you get the value? By using a method called as get. So what I'll do, so I need to get this particular value. So 7, it's already present over here. I need to get this particular 1. How will you get this one? I will make use of a method called as get. Is this much clear? Now when I say get, I will get one value. That value, I will store it. What value will I get? I'll get 1. So that value, I will store it inside one variable. I'll consider a variable called as C. Is this much clear? So currently in C, what is the value that I will be storing? So whatever the value is there, so 1 is the value I'll store. Is this much clear? Now, should I directly insert C or should I increment by 1 and then insert? Increment. So ultimately, so C, I should increment by 1. It will actually be 2. So this is the value I should insert. Now again I should go and make use of the same method. I need to insert. I'll use of the same method, map.put AR of I, increment the value of C and then insert. Is this much clear? The same conditions we have been seeing from yesterday onwards. Is this much clear? So again, after this I value will increment. Again check, is my map containing 1? Yes. So if it is containing 1, if condition is true. If condition is true, I need to get this particular one, so I will say get and I will store this value inside my C. After this, I need to increment the value of C plus 1, it will be as 2. Again I will take that particular thing, insert it inside my map. Then I will insert the value of increase the value of I, check 7, is it already there? Yes. So 7 is already over here. I will get this particular 2, which is the value, by using a method called as get. So C will have to increment the value of C by 1, so which is 3, and take that 3, insert it inside my map. Next I will increment the value of I. So 7, it's already present inside my map, so condition is true, control comes inside. So I'll get this particular 3, store it inside my C, increment the value of C, so plus 1, which will become 4, 4 I will insert it inside my map. After this, increment the value of I, so 1, it's already present inside my map, so condition is true. If the condition is true, I need to get this particular value, so using a method get, I will store it inside C, plus 1, so which will become as 3, and I will take that 3, insert it inside my map. After this, again increment the value of I, so 4, is it present inside my map? No. If condition is false. Now condition is false, control will come for the else condition, where I am taking this 4, inserting inside my map, so occurrence value I have provided as 1, so I will give it as 1. After this, I value will increment, I will fetch 3, so 3, is it present inside my map? Yes. So condition is true, if condition is true, control will come inside, so after this get the value, store it inside C, so 1 plus 1 is actually 2, so C will have 2, so again insert back inside my map. Is this much clear? Now by the end of this particular traversing, did you get all the values as well as their occurrence? Yes. But the question was to actually find how many pairs are present. Yes. Now first what we will do, we will write the code for this. Then we will think about how to fetch the pairs. Is this much clear? So let us actually travel this particular array and write the code quickly. So anyways, code is already here. So I need to travel this array, I is starting from 0, going all the way till the last index, so I less than AR dot length. So we'll write the code directly. So what is the input that I need? So I need an array, so I'll just get array input. Suppose this I need to actually create one method. I'll set as print, or I'll say count pairs. So in this I need to pass my array, I'll pass my array. So let me actually go and create the method for this. So what is the type of AR? Integer of one dimension array. So let me actually go and write the code. So in this case, do we need to declare something? Yes, we need to declare map. Which map specifically? Whichever you want, you can create. So I'll just go and create one hash map. So I'll just set as hash map. I'll give the reference, but in this generics, what are the values that we are storing? It is integer as well as it is integer. So I'll just go and give it as integer. Great. Suppose this, I'll give the reference I will set as map. Again, in the next line, do we need to declare any variable? As of now, not required. I need to have one for loop. In this particular for loop, start from 0th index, go all the way till the last index. Then post this, I need to check one condition. What is the condition? Map dot, which is the method, contains key. What should I pass? Array of I. So if the condition is true, what I should do? Get the value. How will you get the value? Map dot get. And what you should pass? Key, which is nothing but array of I. So this I'll store it inside one variable called as C. So and the type is nothing but int. So once you get the value, so you should increment and then again insert. So I'll say it as map dot put, and I'll set as what should I insert, AR of I, and what is the occurrence, C plus 1. So C plus 1. So if the condition is false, I need to write the else condition. In this else condition, what we should do, directly insert it inside a map, occurrence is 1. So I'll set as map dot put, and I'll set as AR of I. So post this, I'll give the occurrence value as 1. So first we'll actually print directly. So by using a simple print statement, I'll print the map. We'll check whether we are getting the values or not. So return type is void. I'll also make this method as public as well as static. So again, hash map you should import. So I imported this, you can see over there. Is this much clear? Okay. So let me actually execute this. So if I run the code, get the console, what were the array elements? What was the size of an array? 10. Okay. Array elements 3, 1, 7, 7, 1, 7, 7, 1, 4, 3. So are we getting the expected answer? 1 occurring 3 times, 3 occurring 2 times, 4 occurring 1 time, 7 occurring 4 times. Are we getting the expected answer? Okay. Now we'll go and write the for loop. So I hope you guys remember the for loop. For each loop. So you guys, did you practice? Now tell me then. Say, first what I should do? I should get all the entries. How will you get all the entries? By using a method called as entry set. So I'll set as map dot entry set. So this will return me something. What it will return? It will return all the entries, but all the entries of what type? Entry type, which is also set. So I'll give some reference called as entries, and here first if you get confused, think entry set is nothing but a set. So within this angular bracket put one more angular, not here. So within this angular bracket put one more angular bracket, but set cannot store key value pair, so there is one more class called as entry. Now inside this I just need to mention, so what is the type? Integer as well as integer. Let me copy it from here. So I'll paste it, I'll put as integer. Now again, why do you see red line over here? Because you need to import. What is the import statement? For set, what is the import statement? Import java.util. For set, it is set. For for entry, import java.util.map.entry. Good. So let me actually import all the things. So I imported. Okay. Suppose this, I need to write one for each loop. So I'll put a colon over here. I should actually travel entries. So I'll give one reference called as x, and here I should actually mention the type. What is the type? Type is nothing but entry integer comma integer. So I'll paste it over here. Suppose this, I need to actually write one simple print statement. In this print statement, how to get the values, how to get the keys? By using a method called as get keys. I'll say x dot get key. I'll put one space in between. I'll actually get the value. How will you get the value? X dot get value. So if I actually, let me actually copy the input. Are we getting the expected answer? Yes? Okay. Now this was not our expectation. Our expectation was how many pairs can you actually form over here. Now if you carefully observe, for 1, how many pairs can you form? 1 pair. So for 3, how many pairs? 1 pair. So ultimately here 1, here 1. 1 plus 1, 2. So for 4, can you do some pairing? No. For 7, can you do some pairing? Yes. How many pairs? 2 pairs. So ultimately 1 plus 1 plus 2. Output should be actually 4. Now my question is, if at all the data is like this, how did you say you can form 1 pair for this? How did you say? Huh? How did you say? Okay. That is one way you can do. One more easiest way is there. Now assume there are 5 girls and 8 boys. 5 girls and 8 boys. So totally how many members are there? 13 members are there. 13 only, no? 13 members are there. So for one boy, one girl is a pair. Now again, reality is different. Anyone can do anything now. So that's a different story. Assume one boy, one girl is one pair. Now using this data, tell me how many pairs can you form? 5 girls, 8 boys. How many pairs can you form? 5 pairs. How did you say 5? Okay, forget about the example. Anyways, so now in this case, you can form one pair over here. Why? Because there are some mathematics you guys are actually performing. What is the mathematics? The mathematics is you are taking this particular 2. Okay, so 2, if I actually divide by 2, so 2, that is the occurrence value. Okay, so let me get this. 2 is nothing but the occurrence. I'll take that 2, divide by 2. So what is the quotient? What is the quotient? 1. So that means for this data, how many pairs can you form? Only one pair. Now again, do the same thing for 3. So if I do the same thing for 3, so 3 divided by 2. What is the quotient? What is the quotient? 1. So you got one more pair here. Again, 7, no not 7, sorry. 4 divided by 2. So what is the quotient? 2. Great. 1 divided by 2. What is the quotient? 0. Now tell me 1 plus 1 plus 2. Did you get the number of pairs? So this is a simple mathematics where you need to take all the numbers, divide it by 2, because when you divide by 2, whatever the quotient that you get, that is how many pairs you can form. Is this much clear? Now if you consider the remainder, what does it mean? Remainder is not considered as pairs. When you group some boys and girls, assume 5 pairs you told. Why? Because 5 girls were there, 8 boys were there. So how many pairs? 5 pairs is what you told. When you do modulus operator, 3 remaining boys were there. That is what you'll get. Is this much clear for everyone? So ultimately, so you got the values. You are actually printing all the values. Now all I have to do is, I need to get all these values, divide it by 2, get the quotient, and keep a value called as sum, add it every time. Is this much clear? You understood this particular thing? Okay. So what I'll do, I'll just actually demonstrate this particular thing. So I don't want this particular print statement. It is not required for me because it is not asking us to print. But I want the values. Yes. Now how can you get the value? X dot. There is one method called as get value. Is this much clear? Now when you get the value, you will get some number. Now for that, what should I do? Divide by 2. So I'll divide by 2. Now whatever the answer that I get, I will store it inside one variable. Assume the variable, call it as A. Okay, or else if you are getting confused, give it as Q, quotient. Now this particular quotient will have all these numbers, 1, 2, it will have all the numbers. Now 1 plus 1 means when I get the value of Q, so what I should do? I should add it every time. So in order to do this particular thing, assume I'll have one more variable called as sum. Is this much clear? So whenever I get the value, so anyways I'm storing it inside a Q. So I will say Q plus sum. So again you should store it back somewhere. Yes. So 1 plus 1, total sum is what? 2. So again total sum plus 2. What is the answer? 4. That means when you do that particular sum, you should again store it inside which variable? Sum variable. So I'll just go over here and store it inside my sum. Is this much clear? Again, this Q also is not required. Why? Because take this entire thing, because when you say Q over here, when you say Q, so it is referring to this. So if you are so clever, take this particular thing, and put it over here. This is not even required. Is this much clear? So it is very confusing, sir. No. Follow the previous approach, no worries. Okay. So at last I need to print the value of what? Sum. So if I actually do this operation and let me get the input, not this one. So let me get the input. What should be the output for this? 4. Are we getting the expected answer? That's it. You understood this particular thing. So ultimately, yes, you can do it manually. How to do manually? Sorted arrays we have discussed. So you just actually sort this. Again, you should make use of sorting algorithm, either merge sort or quick sort, whichever you want. Again, that is not efficient. Why it is not efficient? Time complexity is more. Okay. Then you should find out the adjacent elements, count every time. So when you count every time, again, you will get the number of occurrence. When you get the occurrence, do the division by 2, get the value stored. So this is the difference between getting the values for a sorted array and unsorted array. Is this much clear? Now if the question is provided as given a sorted array, find the number of pairs you can form. You follow that approach. Now if it is unsorted array, follow this approach. Is this much clear? Okay. You understood this particular logic? Any doubts in this? Any doubts? So again, when it comes to maps, this if-else condition is what very frequently you will see. Every question that you will be solving using maps, this is mandatory. You will actually see this. Is this much clear? So, yes, if you want to copy, you can copy. Done? Is it done? Can we go for the next one? Fine, we'll go for the next one. So next question. So given a string S, write a program to print all the words that occurs more than 3 times. So each word should be printed on a new line. So anyways, so assume the input is provided like this. So fear leads to anger, anger leads to hatred, hatred leads to conflict, conflict leads to suffering. Now tell me, so in this case, which are the words that is repeating more than 3 times? Leads. Then fear, is it appearing? No. So leads, how many times it is appearing? 1, 2, 3, 4. So one word should be leads. So next one, 2. How many times it has occurred? 4 times. So that's the next word should be 2. Then that's it. So output for this should be actually be leads and 2. Is this much clear? Again, in the question they have not mentioned any specific order. So but if you observe, is it in alphabetical order? Output, not alphabetical order. So T will come or L will come first? L. Insertion also leads will come first. Fine. So they are now not specified in question, but in case if they are not specified, analyze what the output statement is. So if leads is first, either it can be actually insertion order or it can be alphabetical order. Is this much clear? So they have not specified any particular insertion order or anything. So you can make use of whichever the maps you want. Is this much clear? You understood what the question is? Write the code. Done? How many of you got the logic for this? Very good. Anyways, we'll see how we can solve this. So assume this is the string that is provided to us. Now my question is, should I take everything and place it, or should I take a single word by word and place it? Word by word. Now if a string is provided like this, how can you get a single word? Good. So in that case, even before I actually start doing my operations, I should actually take this particular thing and split it wherever there is a space. So you know that there is an inbuilt method called as split. So you can make use of that inbuilt method, split wherever there is a space. So what split method will return? It will return a string array. Is this much clear? So that is what the first thing that I will be doing. So anyways, that will write the code. So if I do that particular thing, this is how the array will be created. Is this much clear? Now pause this. I need to travel this particular array. So I will consider one variable called as I to travel this array. Okay. And most importantly, in the question, it was not specified is it insertion order or the sorting order. So which map should I go and create? Whichever you want, you can go and create. Is this much clear? So I will assume linked hash map, because assume I'll store it in a insertion order itself. So I'll consider a map which is a linked hash map. So I need to store in a key. What is the type of key? String. What is the type of value? Integer. So what I'll do, I'll first fetch the first value, which is present in the 0th index. I will check, does my map contains sphere? Is it there? Not there. So if it is not there, I will directly store it inside my map. Occurrence value is 1. After this, again increment the value of I. So check leads, is it present? Means I'm not going iterating every time. So let me actually do it in one shot. So you know leads is occurred how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So I will directly insert leads and it has occurred 4 times. I hope you know if else condition, same thing we should write. So after this next, so value is 2. So 2 has occurred 4 times. I will directly insert it inside my map. Occurrence value is 4. Then the next one is actually anger. So it has occurred 2 times. Insert it inside and the occurrence value is 2. Then which is the next one? Hatred. So ultimately hatred is occurred 2 times. Store it inside my map. Occurrence value is 2. Then which one? Conflict. So conflict is occurred 2 times. So I will store it inside. Occurrence value is 2. Then when it comes to suffering, so it is 1. So I will store it inside. Occurrence value is 1. Is this much clear for everyone? So rather than doing one by one, I have did it in one shot. Now, were you traveling this particular array? Yes. Now when you guys were traveling, so you guys were also checking the condition, and based on that condition, either you're directly inserting inside the map or incrementing the value and then inserting. Yes. The same if else condition what we have seen yesterday, today. So same thing we'll be using. So this is the code that we have got. So I need to write one for loop. Inside this, I'll check whether it is present. If it is present, increment the value of C, insert. If it is not present, directly insert. Default value is nothing but 1. Is this much clear? Any doubts in this particular case? Yes. But is this a question asked for us? No, it is not asked to actually print all the words as well as their occurrence. It is asked us to print which has occurred more than 3 times. That we will write the code when we actually type the code. Is this much clear? So anyways, we'll just go and type the code for this. So I'll go to my Eclipse. So I'll just create one method called as word count. So I need to pass, by the way, input, what I should input? I should input array or I should take string? String. So let me actually take a string. So I will say scan dot next line. I'll store it inside one variable called as s. So what should I pass? S. So let me actually go and construct this method. Okay. So type of s is nothing but string. So let me write the code. So first thing first, I should take this string first and I should split it. So I'll say s dot, what is the method name? Split. Where should I split? Wherever there is space. So this will return me what? String array. So I will directly get the value. I'll just provide the reference called as AR. Okay. So now I need to go and create one map. Which map? Whichever you want you create. So I will create linked hash map. So I'll set as linked hash map. So what are the things that we are actually storing over here? So it is nothing but string as well as it is integer. So I'll set as integer. I'll give the reference I'll set as map. So again you need to import this particular thing. So what is the import statement? Import java.util.linked hash map. So please make sure that you actually have an idea of this. Is this much clear? Okay. So we'll just go and continue the writing the code. So we have created the map. Next thing, I need to travel this particular array. So I is starting from 0 going all the way till the last index. So inside this I need to check one condition. What is the condition? Map dot contains. What it contains? AR of I. So if the condition is true, what I should do? So I should get the value. How will you get the value? Map dot get. And what should I pass? AR of I. So for this I will store it inside one variable called as C and I'll give the type as integer. So along with this, so once you get the value, I should increment and then insert. I'll say map dot put. I'll say AR of I and what is the thing? It is C plus 1. Great. So if the condition is false, else condition, so directly I should insert it inside my map. So with the default value of 1. So I'll just say it as AR of I and I'll give it as 1. So this is the same exact code that we have seen previously. Okay. So first we'll actually print and check whether it is working fine or not. So I'll just write one simple print statement, print the value of map. So I'll make this as void, return type is void. I'll also make this as public as well as static. Right. What is the input? Fear leads to anger, anger, wait. What is the statement? Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hatred, hatred leads to conflict, conflict leads to suffering. Anger leads to hatred, hatred leads to conflict, conflict leads to suffering. Check. Huh? Oh, uppercase it has provided. Okay. Fear leads to anger. Oh. Now, fear leads to anger, anger leads to hatred, hatred leads to conflict, conflict leads to suffering. Correct? Okay. Oh. Fine. So, are you getting the expected answer? Check. Fear 1 leads to for anger to hatred to conflict to suffering 1. Okay, it's working fine. So now we'll actually go and write the for each loop. So let me delete this. So I'll actually go and write one for each loop. Let me drag down this. So I'll make it as for. So I'll say for. So I'll put one colon over here. Oh, by the way, we should get the entry now. So first I should say map dot entry set. So what will be the return type for this? So I'll give one reference. Reference is nothing but entries. So again here set, inside this again one more angular bracket. What is the type? Entry. So here it is actually string comma integer. So let me actually get it as integer. Suppose this I will write one for each loop. So I'll give the reference what I should travel, entries. So I'll set as entries. I'll give the reference called as x, type of x, entry of string integer. Okay. So in this I will write one print statement. So what should I print? X dot get key. I'll put one space and I will say x dot get value. Okay. So 1 plus. So let me execute this. Are we getting the expected answer? Yes, it's working perfectly. Now in this, which are the numbers or which are the words that I should print? So I should print leads, then 2. Now based on what you are saying that I should print leads and anger, is it based on the word or is it based on the occurrence? Occurrence. Now tell me, occurrence value, is it printing by get value or get key? Get value. So in that case, do you want this get key? Not required. But you should also print this particular word as well. Now how to do this particular thing? Simple. So what I'll do, I'll actually remove this particular print statement for instance. Okay. So in that case, first I need to check one condition. Yes. What is the condition I should check? So if the value is greater than 3. So I'll check one condition over here. Condition is x dot get value. So if it is greater than 3. Now if it is greater than 3, what we should do? We should actually go and print that particular word. So where I will write one simple print statement where I'll say x dot get key. Is this much clear? So let me actually try this code and execute. So I'll give the input. Are we getting the expected answer? Yes. Any doubts as of now? So ultimately this is how you actually solve questions, such kind of a questions. Now imagine, so in this particular thing I want you to print all the words which has occurred even number of time. So leads is one even number of time, then 2, then anger, then hatred, then conflict. So tell me what you should check. So should I change this print statement? No. Should I change this condition? Yes. What should I change? So get value I should get, then I should check whether it is even. So how will you check even or odd? So modulus 2. So I'll just go over here, I'll say modulus 2. If it is equals 0, go and actually print that particular word. Are we getting the expected answer? Now again, if they ask you to print odd number of occurrence, can you write the code? Yes. Now if they ask you to print all the words which is occurred prime number of times, what you will do? Which are the numbers occurred prime number of time? Anger, hatred as well as conflict. What you will do? So ultimately you should get the occurrence value. Occurrence value is the get value. Now once you get the value, should you check one condition and then print or directly you should print? So I should get the value and I should check whether it is prime or not prime. So ultimately I'll just go, I'll remove this entire thing. I will call one method called as is prime. You know prime number we have discussed. So inside this I should pass x dot get value. Is this much clear? Again, is prime I have not written. So if you write it, it will work. Is this much clear? Again, they will ask you to print all the words which has occurred, so multiples of 2. Which are the multiples of 2 number of times it has occurred? So I think leads to anger, hatred, conflict. They will ask you to find which are the multiples of 5. Is there anyone? No. Is this much clear? So ultimately, this is the base logic. Base logic is this itself. So according to the question, you should just check one condition and then do the operation. Is this much clear? Okay. Now, assume they'll ask you to find a word which is appearing for the largest time. Which is that one word which is appearing for the largest time? Leads as well as to. Assume I wanted to actually print it in an insertion order. So if it is in an insertion order, should I print leads or should I print 2? I should print leads. How will you do this? Question is, I need to print a word which has occurred most number of time. Right? Anyway, the same thing. So I'll give you one hint. Assume these are all array elements. All are array elements. You know how to find the largest element in an array? What was the condition you're checking? Same thing. Right, sir. Right. Done? Yeah, how many of you got the logic for that? Fine, listen, stop all your works. So what I'll do is, you need to find the largest among all these things. Yes. So I will create one variable called as max value. Is this much clear? So in this particular max value, every time when you encounter any values, I will check is it maximum or not. I hope you know how to check the condition. Yes. So I need to check whether 1 is it greater than max. So assume initially this max will have 0. Is this much clear? So what I'll do, so check the condition. So 1, is it greater than max value? Yes. So condition is true. If the condition is true, I will actually store 1. Now along with this 1, don't you think this sphere also I should store? Yes or no? So ultimately I'll go and create a variable called as word, which is of string type. Now the question is, where should I declare this? I'll come to that point. I'll declare. Now I'll tell you what mistakes you guys will do. So first thing first, so inside my word I'll also get a word first initially as fear. Is this much clear? Then again control will come for the next one. So value 4, is it greater than max? Yes. Condition is true. Condition is true means I should update the value as 4. Also I should take this word and store it over here. So ultimately, so my max will have 4. Also the word will be actually leads. Is this much clear? Then again counter will come for the next one. 4, is it greater than 4? No, condition is false because we wanted to print the first occurrence. Now if you want the second occurrence, what you should check the condition? Equals. Is this much clear? Great. So condition is false. Condition false means it will not proceed. Again check. 2, is it greater than 4? No, condition is false. So 2, is it greater than 4? No. 2, is it greater than 4? No. 1, is it greater than 4? No. So ultimately by the end of this particular iteration, did you have the word stored inside a variable? Yes, that is what you should do. So let us actually go and write the same thing over here. So what I'll do, so I'll just go and declare one variable. So assume the variable I will set as max val, and initially again if you want you can make it as integer or min value, all those things you do it. So along with this I will go and create a string inside the loop. Why? Because if I create outside, strings are what in Java? Immutable. So ultimately can you change the values every time? No, that is impossible. So that is the main reason. So I'll just go and create a string inside a loop, because whenever the loop starts, so it will actually go and create a new word. By the way, if I create it inside, okay, I'll create it outside itself. We'll see what will happen. Okay. So I need to check a condition. So get value. So I should check a condition get value with which variable? Max variable. So I'll set as max value. So if the condition is to what I should do? I should store the max value with the value of get value. I'll say max value equals get value. So it is x dot get value. So pause this, I also need to store the word. So where I'll say word equals, so I'll say get key. Is this much clear? So out of this particular loop, if I actually come, I'll write one simple print statement, print word. So if I actually will write the code first, execute, we'll see what is the problem. Are we getting the expected answer? Yes. So this is one way of actually doing this particular thing. So again, this is a simple one where you declare two variables, every time check the condition, store it, when the condition is true, then print it. This is one way of doing it. So one more way of doing it is, so again, so here itself you take initialization, get key, get value. So first initialization will be actually what? So 1 was the value first when we got the table. So take this, store it inside max value directly. You know, in array largest element AR of 0 you are storing, that also you can perform. Is this much clear? So this is how you write the code to find the maximum number of occurrence of a given string. Is this much clear? Now in this, if they ask you to find the second largest one, what will you do? What you will do? So for checking or getting the largest one, if condition. For the second largest, if else. Same thing what you have seen in arrays. Is this much clear? So by the way, which is the second largest over here? Anger. So again, if you want the last one, it is greater than or equals to. So or else it is just greater than. I hope that one you can do, or you want me to type? You will do it? Okay. Again, so this is how actually the questions will be asked when it comes to maps. So they can ask you the least number of time, which is the smallest one occurring over here. Smallest, first the smallest one, fear. So I hope that also you can perform. Which has occurred prime number of time, Armstrong number of time, so or else composite number of time, even number of time, odd number of time. So all these variations can be asked in this particular logic. Is this much clear? So whatever the logic or the questions might be asked, so it is only the changing or putting one if statement. Is this much clear? Okay. You want to copy this? Copy. Done? Yes? That's it. So there is one more method which I actually wanted to teach. So I'll actually teach that particular thing. So can you see this if else? So what it is performing? It is actually checking whether the element is there. If it is there, get the value, increment, then insert. If it is not there, it is actually directly inserting the as 1. So this entire code, you can actually write it in a single line. How to achieve that particular thing, that is what we'll actually discuss now. Again, this can be quite confusing if you are hearing for the very first time. So I'll just break down into the simple steps. You follow the steps, it will be easy. Okay. So first what I'll do, I just need to actually create one map. So let me actually create one map. So I'll say new, I'll set as hash map, I'll give the reference. So I'll give the reference called as map. So in this again, I should actually provide the generics. Assume I'll give it as string, I'll give it as integer. Okay. So this side I'll remove it. Fine. So inside this I'll actually insert some values. Assume map dot put, I'll just set as India, and I'll also give some value as 900. So let me duplicate this. I'll assume that as USA, I'll give it as 1000, I'll give it as UAE, I'll make it as 700, I'll make it as Japan, give the input as 500 again. So I'll give it as Italy and give the size as 250. So what is that particular method? The name of that particular method is get or default. Now what is this? I'll just type the code, observe what is the output statement. If you try to understand, it's good. If not, I'll explain to you. For an example, assume I'll say map dot get or default. I need to pass two parameters, one key. So one as well as key, then it should be value. So assume I'll pass India. So here the value that I'll pass it as 1000. So this is how you actually make use of this method. Okay. Now I'll print and execute this. See what is output. Okay. Okay. What output you're getting? 900. Did you observe carefully? Okay. Now listen. I delete India. Okay, I deleted India. Oh, sorry. I'll save this code and execute this. What output you're getting? 1000. So still, if you did not understand, assume I'll give here as Russia. I'll execute this. What you're getting? 1000. Now assume I'll just set as map dot put. Within this I will set as Russia. I'll give 100. If it is confusing, I'll give it as 500. I'll execute this. What you're getting? 500. What did you understand? So what it is performing is, again, read what is the method name, get or default. So technically this is a combination of two words or two operations. So first thing first, when you say get, what get method will do? It will get the value. So first the map will go and do operations of get. It will go and say, boss, Russia, is it present inside your map? First it will check. If Russia is present, it will get the value of Russia. What is the value of Russia? 500. That's why you're getting 500. Is this much clear? Now for an example, assume I will delete this Russia. I'll save this code. Now what will happen? Again, map will go and get. So get, if you want to do get, first you should check whether it is present or not. So internally, this method will go and call one method called as contains key. So it will go and check contains Russia. Is it containing Russia? No. So the operation of get method is complete. It will come for this method, default. Boss, Russia is not there inside your map. If Russia is not there, then default value 1000 is there. No, you insert. Is this much clear? So ultimately what happens is it will go and check first, is there Russia? If Russia is there, it will give the output. Okay. If Russia is not there, what it will do? It will go and insert Russia. Okay. Now once it inserts Russia, you have given the value as 1000. 1000 will be stored inside this map. So again, these are all the occurrence. Ignore it for a time being. So occurrence, it will go and insert it as 1000. Is this much clear? Now again what will happen? Method will go and say, boss, now Russia, is it there? Yes, it is there. What is the value? 1000. So in this particular case, if I actually execute this, you are getting the output as 1000. Is this much clear? I hope you understood this particular thing. First what it will do, it will go and check, is it present? If it is present, it will get the value, it will give. If it is not present, it will insert, and then whatever the value, the default value you have provided, that will be provided. Is this much clear? Now using this, we can actually go and optimize our code. So actually I deleted everything. So let me actually get, okay. So using this code, we can actually, this method, we can actually go and optimize this. So how to do this? Observe step by step, or else you will get confused. Now technically what I'll do is, now here you are just saying it as get. Yes or no? Now what get will do? It will go and actually get the value, which is nothing but, which is the keys, whatever the key you have provided, it will give the value. Now even performing before this operation, you are checking whether it is present or not there. Yes. So I will do some small modification. What is that modification? Rather than using get over here, I'll say get or default, I'll pass a or of I. Is this much clear? So if the value is there, you get from the map, you store it inside C. If the value is not there, it is occurring for the very first time. Yes, ignore that if condition for a time being now. Ignore that if condition. So if the value is there, it will go and check, boss, a or of I, is it present inside your map? If it is present, it will by default get the value, store it inside C. Is this much clear? So if the value is not there, it should actually insert. Yes. Now once it inserts, I will just go and give it as 0 over here. Why 0, sir? Because anyway you are making it as 0 plus 1, which is occurring for the very first time. Yes. So I'll just go and give the default value as 0. Now what happens? Assume Russia is the value I'm inserting. Russia, is it present inside my map? No. If it is not present, first Russia will be inserted. Default value will be provided as 0. That 0, where are you storing? C. Then you will come to the next slide. So Russia, comma, C value is what? 0. 0 plus 1 is what? 1. That means again you are saying put, and latest value will be updated inside a map. So when Russia again inserts inside your map, so 0 plus 1 is what? 1. 1 will be stored. Is this much clear? So technically this get or default, by default it is going and checking whether you have that key inside your map or not. Yes or no? If this already is going and checking, do you think this if condition is required? Because here also you are checking the condition whether value is there or not. Yes. Do you want this particular if condition? Not required. I'll just go and remove that particular if condition. So I'll delete this, I'll delete this parenthesis, I'll also delete this. Now tell me, in else condition, why did you even write else condition? If it is not there, it is occurring for the first time, insert it inside a map, occurrence value is 1. Now get or default, by default it will check is it there or not there. If it is there, it will get the default value, store it inside C. Okay, and then again increment the value, you are storing it back. Now tell me, if the value is not there, you are again anyway getting default value as 0, 0 plus 1, here only you are inserting back, no, which else part is already performing. Now you really want this else part not required, because anyway get or default is doing that operation. So I'll even remove this particular else. So that if else what you have seen, this is the code. Now again, if you are so clever, now tell me, C is storing what? Key value. Yes, sorry, it is storing value of a particular key. Now tell me, is it really required to store it inside C? Technically, you are saying C plus 1. C is referring to what? It is referring to this. Yes or no? So in that case, anyway C is referring to this entire thing. I'll cut this and paste it over here. Again I'll delete this. So whatever the code you have written, 4, 5, 6 lines, how many lines I have reduced it to? 1 line. Is this much clear? So this is an added advantage for a method called as get or default. It only by default goes and check key is present. If it is present, get the value, increment, insert. If key is not present, default value provided as 0, 0 plus 1. You are again making it as 1. Is this much clear? So now we'll actually go and check whether it is working or not. So where it went? So we'll go and check whether it is working or not. So anyway, so we have written the code for getting the most occurrence word. So let me get that code over here. So this is the code. So output for this, what we have got previously, leads. So let me actually try to execute this. I should get the output as leads again. So I'll just execute this. So I'll give the input. Are we getting the expected answer? Yes. It works same exactly what your if else was performing. Is this much clear? Yes. So again, when you are looking for the very first time, you will feel it is very complex. So I broke down into the simple steps. You follow this for at least 2 to 3 programming questions, so you will understand. This is much clear? Okay. Copy if you want this. So wherever you have used that if else condition, you can make use of this for maps. Done? Anyways, so we are actually completed with all the concepts. Again, I will not say programming is finished, because it starts now. So it was my job to actually make programming easy in your life. Within the past for 30 or 1 month of time, I think I have made my promise, I have kept my promise. So I made programming easy for you. So now what next, sir? Yes, from tomorrow onwards, I might not come onto the stage and maybe I will not be teaching the same concepts again. But does that particular thing mean that you should stop? No. Because I told you, programming just started now. So what are the concepts that we have covered so far? So all those concepts, every single question, it is actually an important question as well as which is frequently asked in product-based companies as well as MNC companies. Now, how can you say this? Because you might have seen every single day, there might be one person who comes on the stage who got recently placed for TCS. And to be frank, from past 3 months, we have got more than 100 selects for TCS role in just 3 months. And you ask all of them, so the primary thing that they actually say is, just focus on whatever is taught in the class is actually more than enough to actually go and produce or give it in the interview. So ultimately, whatever we teach or whatever we have been doing this particular thing, it's not just a fluke kind of a thing. It's not simply we need to do a time pass. So again, when you comes to your colleges, so one day before you guys were meeting your lecturers and asking for the important questions. Sir, what is an important question? If you ask me the same thing, sir, what is an important question? Whatever that comes out of my mouth is important. Because I'll be very frank, I am also Gen Z. I have been in your stage. I also have understood the mentality of yours. So if my lecturer provides 10 questions saying that this is important, in that I will study 5 questions. So it is a mentality of engineering students that you yourself will do filtering out. Yes, that is where I come from. If they give 5 questions, I will study 2 questions and go. So I myself, when I come and teach over here, I have done those filtering because I am the laziest person you can ever find. So laziest person will actually find out creative ideas, and this task is not only done by me, the entire TAP Academy organization, they have took so much amount of time to actually filter out all the unwanted questions and to actually provide such kind of a topics or a question which is most essential for your interviews. So do not neglect a single question, whatever it is present in TAP platform or whatever we have taught in the class. And if you study this particular thing, I will guarantee you, you can actually crack any companies which is paying you 6 and below. 6 lakhs and below. Sir, only 6 lakh and below. I want to get 10 lakhs. I want to get 12 lakhs. I want to get 16 lakhs. Yes, if your aim is to actually get 6 and above, I'll be very honest, this is not sufficient. That is why I told you, programming just now started. Sir, 6 lakh is more than enough for me. Study this, you go and attend the interviews, you will be actually cracking that company. But if you are having a dream of getting inside product-based companies like Salesforce, like Microsoft, like Google, as well as Oracle, so all these product-based companies which will definitely pay you more than 6 lakhs plus for sure. And if they're asking or if they're paying you more, they're expecting more from you as well. So what is that more, sir? Simple. Specifically when it comes to product-based companies, so they will actually be focusing one particular concept which is called as data structures and algorithm. So I think in initial classes I have told you different what optimized solutions, different techniques, how to actually optimize all those things. So this particular concept called as data structures and algorithm, I'll guarantee you, if you learn, you can not only dream for TCS, you can actually get inside Google as well. Now again, being honest, I'll be very honest, DSA is not easy. I'll only say DSA is not easy. Now why are you saying, sir, it is not easy? Because Today, everyone who is working in IT market or IT companies, everyone has their dream companies. Yes, most of them have their dream companies of Google. They have their dream companies of Microsoft. Now, if they want to get into that particular company, even today they are still studying DSA. So, learning DSA is never-ending process. You should spend lots and lots of time. And again, you might go to YouTube and you can see some videos, Instagram. They'll say you can master DSA in 6 months. Don't believe all those things. DSA is never-ending process. So again, sir, is it really required to get inside product-based companies? Yes. Because now you can see competitions are increasing. If competitions are increasing, again, difficulty of the paper also should be actually more, because they need to filter out more students. So 110%, so they will be expecting more from you, and that one concept can land you in your dream companies. And again, at this point of time, sir, should I actually start preparing? Start. Sir, after preparing DSA, should I actually dream my first company as Google? Don't do that silly mistake. Why I am saying this? Because even today there are lots of students who think that my first company should be Google, first company should be Meta, first company should be Microsoft. Yes, for dreaming there is no limit, you can dream, but come to reality. When it comes to reality, currently, are you earning something? Are you dependent on someone now? Yes, you are dependent on your parents. Now what I would suggest is, you start preparing your DSA. First, focus on getting a first job. First, get some amount in your bank balance. Every month, 30th, get some 30,000, 25,000, 40,000, 50,000, whatever it might be. First, become independent in your life. First, start earning. When you become independent in your life, when you have that security saying that every day, every month I am getting some amount, every month I am getting salary, that is a different level of confidence that you will have in your life. When you become independent in your life, you will start taking care of yourself. You will become independent. You will also start taking care of your parents. You will also do whatever the wish list that you guys wanted. You want to buy iPhone, you want to travel the world, you want to roam there, you want to buy a bike, car, home. All those dreams, you fulfill first. First, become independent, get a job. Then once you get a job, that doesn't mean that you should stop. Because just now I told, currently if you go and ask anyone, they will say that I am studying every day. They will say that my dream company is Microsoft, I need to get inside Microsoft. So side by side, once you get your first job, do your study. Every day, take 1 hour, 2 hour of your timing. I am saying after you get a job, 1 hour, 2 hour of 1 hour and 2 hours is actually very crucial to get once you start working. So take amount of 1 hour, 2 hours, spend your time on weekend. So start upskilling yourself and working on DSA. So at one point of time, you will have ample amount of experience, because if you're working, you will have experience. You will have some balance in your account. You will also have some knowledge on DSA. Now, is that a good time to actually crack Google? Yes. So please ensure that you guys are starting with this particular skill. Again, so if you have any doubts regarding any technical knowledge or skill, so always TAP Academies is there for you. You just walk in, meet any one of us, get your doubts clarified. So make sure, again, you might think, sir, today is Saturday, sir, tomorrow I will start. Sir, tomorrow is Sunday, sir, Monday I will start. That Monday will go to Tuesday, Tuesday will go to Wednesday, likewise it goes on. You will never start. So when you are thinking to start something, start immediately. Start immediately. I will not say study one whole day. Take 1 hour, put a timer in your phone, stopwatch 1 hour. You keep your phone aside, disable every notification, focus on one particular skill. 1 hour per day. 1 month, how many hours did you focus? 30 hours. 1 year, how many hours did you focus? 365 hours. 1 day, if you solve one lead code question, 30 days, how many lead code questions? 30. 1 year, how many lead code questions? 365 lead code questions. By the time of 1 year, you will have bank balance, you will have 1 year of experience, you also have preparing side by side for your Google by just solving more than 300 plus coding questions in lead code. This is what is consistency. Now tell me, sitting one whole day and practicing 10 lead code questions is better, or 10 days, 1 hour practicing 10 questions is better? 10 days, 10 hours, 10 questions, that is better. So when you do this particular thing, automatically you will actually build such kind of a skill in yourself that you will mentally, your mind will be prepared that I should study. When the clock tick 5 o'clock evening, keep everything aside, study. Again, whichever the time you want, you study. So IT is one industry where once you get in, the next battle is how to survive in the industry. Now your battle is how to get in. Once you get in, the next battle starts. Don't relax. Abba, I am getting 30,000 per month. I will relax now. Yes, relax, because you have been doing so much of hard works from past 16 years. What you guys were studying for? Get a job. Yes, forget about the 6 months of internship. 16 years you guys were studying. For what? To get job. Can't you study for next 6 months again? 16 years where is 6 months? So make sure that you guys are consistency in actually upskilling yourself. And again, I am being very honest, getting job today is not easy. It's damn difficult. Damn difficult. So again, who will actually survive in this war? There is a saying in English, survival of the fittest. The person who is fit for this society will survive. The person who is fit in winning this battle will survive. The person who is fit is actually facing the challenges will survive. Did I say the story of dinosaur and cockroach? I didn't say. Long way back dinosaur was there. Currently dinosaur is there? No. Before dinosaur came, cockroaches were there. Currently, do you have cockroaches? Go for your PG, you will find. Yes. Now, why dinosaur got extinct? Why cockroaches are still there? Simple. Dinosaur did not adapt. So, if it did not adapt to the ecosystem will throw out dinosaur. That's why dinosaur means extinct. Now what cockroaches did? They adapted to the ecosystem. That's why cockroach is actually one of the oldest living organism in this earth. Oldest. When earth got formed, from then cockroaches is there. There is a lots of research that humans actually evolved from cockroach. That is the power of evolving. That is the power of evolution. So, evolve. If you don't evolve, ecosystem, society will find that you are not fit for the society and it will delete you from the society. Then one day, we should see in a photo, humans are also there. They had 2 hands, 2 legs, 10 fingers, 2 eyes. Now today you are seeing dinosaur in that manner itself. No, you are seeing in a photo. In the same manner, once upon a time in future, they will also need to actually see humans look like this. So again, it's just a saying of survival of the fittest. It's not only about the ecosystem, it belongs to every industry. So ensure that you guys are actually adapting. Again, one single day, can you adapt everything? No, slowly you should adapt. That's how cockroaches also adapted. Today one new gel will come to kill that cockroach. Why do you think every 3 months they are actually coming up with new chemical formula? Because once you hit spray, after 3 months, that cockroaches will adapt to it. Even if you hit, it will be flying on your face. That is why. So everything should adapt. So make sure you are adapting to the situation. Now currently everyone is saying AI. Adapt. You cannot say that I will not use AI. If you say you will not, if you say that you will not use AI, what will be happening? Society will find out the odd one out, they will kick you out. Kick you out means you will become extinct. Now AI is actually converted into loop engineering now. Now AI came, there was something called as prompt engineering. Prompt engineering, after there was something called as agentic engineering. Now currently we are in agentic engineering era. Slowly there is one more engineering that is coming to the picture called as loop engineering. So industry, IT industry is never stopping marathon. You should just put your focus and run. Even today, I also go and study. Every trainers, everyone who is working in the IT industry studies. Either it might, you open a book, write, study. Or else, they might watch a reel which is related to AI content. They might watch YouTube video which is related to technical content. Again, it's all about consuming the data, consuming the right amount of data. So make sure that you guys are, again, in one day you guys will not get this behavior. So slowly, if you start actually implementing this in your life, it will become a habit. Make it as a habit. Don't forcefully push your body to actually adapt to it. Make it as a habit. Once you make it as a habit, it will be a muscle memory. So anyways, so I think last 30 days was actually a great journey with you guys. So make sure that you guys are actually carry forwarding this. There is already a DSA module present inside TIE platform. So once you are completing with your programming, so please ensure complete first programming, because if you want to actually start coding of DSA, start coding of LeetCode, this is the foundation. Without foundation, you cannot build up structure. So first, get better when it comes to the foundation, then you start with LeetCode, then you start with DSA. Is this much clear? So again, so if you feel that we are actually doing a very good job in terms of providing the quality content as well as teaching, refer your friends. Again, so we understood that currently when it comes to freshers, it is not only about Java full stack. So we also adapted. We bought Python full stack. We also bought data analytics. In future, we will also adapt and bring some new technologies. So if we don't adapt, TAP Academy will become extinct. That is what everyone needs to adapt. So now you guys will learn Java full stack. Don't be like Java. No. So if in IT industry they ask you to work on Python, you should be able to adapt. There Santosh sir will not come, Shiti sir will not come and teach you Python. No one will teach. So one more important thing, start learning by yourself. So there is a skill called as self-learning. Adapt, learn. Self-learning is important. Now, every day we used to come to the class, we used to teach. So moving ahead, when you get inside an IT industry, no one will come and teach. No one. They will give you one task, complete it by the end of the day. They don't even care how you do it, where you do it, whom will do it. By the end of the day, they will ask, is it completed? Completed means yes, appreciation. If not completed, get out. That's it. So that's why adapt. Remember this word, adapt. Adapt. Survival of the fittest, adapt. Anyways, so I hope you guys have made programming easy in your life. So again, move forward and actually make it even more interesting. DSA, don't think it is very difficult. It is difficult, but when it comes to actual implementation of DSA, so there are lots and lots of things that you need to focus. So take it at one at a time. Don't think every day means one shot I'll finish entire DSA. No one will do it. So minimum, if you want to, actually my estimation, if you want to be perfect in DSA, is 6 months. 6 months is required. That too consistently. So if you don't do it consistently, slow and on, so months will actually increase. Is this much clear? So fine then guys, if time permits, maybe I'll come onto the stage for your batch again. So maybe I'll not be taking the same technology, different technologies. So again, one last time, see you. Thank you.